This opens tutorial 3, building a model with complex muscle path. And in this tutorial, we're going to use MSMS interactive model building tools to create a model of the human arm. So to get started, we're going to launch MSMS. And we're going to go to File, a new model. So first, we're going to add the segments. And on the toolbar, if we hover over this +S button, we can see it says Add Segment. We're going to click on it, and the segment creation wizard pops up. And we can see in the 3D window that there's a segment that's automatically updated and added into the 3D window. So make sure that the parent segment is on ground, and we're going to name the joint shoulder. Make sure it's type pin revolt, and we're going to name the new segment humerus. So we want to make this look realistic, so we're going to select mesh, and we're going to select an image for the humerus. We're going to click add, and we're going to browse for the tutorial folder. And inside the tutorial 3, building a model with complex muscle path folder, we provided an image of the humerus. So we're going to select the r_humerus.asc file, and we're going to click open. So we can see in the 3D window that it's updated to the new image, and we're going to select OK. So we want to rotate this image so that it fits properly with the next image that we're going to add to it. So to do that, we're going to double click the humerus in the 3D window, and the properties for the humerus tab pops up. We're going to click on the image tab, and we're going to click and highlight on the image -0, and we're going to click edit. Select the position and orientation tab, and we're going to rotate the x-axis 8 degrees. We're going to click apply, and we can see it shifted very slightly, and we're going to say OK. OK. So now we want to add another segment attached to the humerus. And another way of adding a component is to go up here to the toolbar, and if we hover over this button, it says Add Component. If we select on this, a new Add Component window will pop up. And we want to add a segment, so we're going to click on Segment. And the humerus is going to be the parent for this new segment, so we're going to click on Humerus. And the joint, we want it to be a pin revolt, so we're going to click on that. And we're going to name this component ulna. And we're going to name the joint elbow. And we're going to click Finish. So right now we can see that we added a new component in the Model Explorer panel because ulna popped up underneath humerus. But in the 3D window, we can see that we do not have a component attached to the humerus. And this is because even though we have created the new segment, there is no image assigned to the segment. So in order to assign an image, we have to double click on ulna, and we're going to go to the image tab, and we're going to click add. So we want to name this image ulna. And we're going to add a file. We're going to click on r_ulna.asc, and we're going to click open. This is going to be a complex model, so we're going to add another image, and we're going to name this image radius. And we're going to add the radius image. And click OK, and we're going to do it one more time for the hand. And we're going to add the hand image. Okay, so we have all the images in the 3D window, even though they're not in the right place. So we're going to click OK. So now that we have all of the images and segments in the 3D window and the Model Explorer window, we're going to edit the images of the ulna so that they are in their proper place. So first, we're going to double click on ulna. We're going to click on the image tab and select ulna and click edit. Go to the Position and Orientation tab. We're going to translate the z-axis -40 millimeters. And we're going to select OK. Click on Radius, Edit. Go to Position and Orientation. And we're going to adjust it as follows. -18 millimeters, 27 millimeters, and 347 degrees about the x-axis. And we're going to select OK. And now we're going to select hand and edit that. Position orientation. And we're going to translate the y-axis -260 millimeters, 65 millimeters along the z-axis. And we're going to rotate it 347 degrees about the x-axis. And we're going to click OK. And we're going to click OK for the properties of ulna. And now we're going to double click on humerus, select the image tab, and we're going to check on the collision box. And we're going to say OK. So in order to move the whole ulna segment down to its proper place, we're going to go to the Model Explorer panel and we're going to open Expand Joints. Double click on elbow and we're going to go to segments and we're going to change the y-axis to -0.28 meters. And then we're going to select on the Axes tab and we're going to click on this button and we're going to change the max angle to 150 degrees. So what this does is restricts the joint movement to a maximum angle of 150 degrees and the minimum angle of 0 degrees. And we're going to set the default angle to 50 degrees. We're going to click Apply and OK. And we're going to select OK. So now we can see that the ulna is attached to the right spot in respect to the humerus. Now we're going to go to shoulder and double click that. And we're going to go to the Axes tab. And we're going to click on this button again. And we're going to change the min angle to -90 degrees and the max angle to 90 degrees. And we're going to click OK. OK. And now we're going to add the wrapping object. So go to Model, Add Component, and we're going to select Wrapping Object, and it's going to be attached to the humerus. And we're going to name this Wrapping Object Extensor Wrap. Okay, finish. And now we're going to go over to the Model Explorer panel and double click on Extensor Wrap. And we're going to edit to the following. So go to Type. We're going to make the radius 0.015 and we're going to leave the height the same. And we're going to go to Position and we're going to adjust the position and orientation as follows. So for the X position, we're going to make it -0.0040. We're going to make the Y position -0.271 meters. And for the Z position, we're going to make it 0.026. For the orientation, we're going to make it 9 degrees about the x-axis, and we're going to make it 199 degrees about the y-axis. And we're going to click OK. So here in the 3D window, we can see that the wrapping object is created and it's in the right position. So now we're going to go on the toolbar and we're going to create another wrapping object. We're going to select Wrapping Object. We're going to attach it to the humerus as well. And this one is going to be called a flexor wrap. And we're going to click Finish. Okay, now we're going to double click the flexor wrap in the Model Explorer panel. Select Type. And we're going to adjust the radius to 0.02 meters and the height to 0.08 meters. And OK. And we're going to now edit the flexor wrap differently than how we edit the extensor wrap. We're going to do it through the 3D window. So what we're going to do to view the flexor wrap is change the position and the orientation of this model so that we can see it a little clearer. So we're going to click on this button. It says front view if you hover over it on the toolbar. And now we can see the flexor wrap. If we select it. So let's zoom in. Let's remove the ground axes. And we're going to hold the shift button and the Y button until it is negative 0.12 meters down the Y axis from the origin. So I'm going to do that. Make sure first that you activate the 3D window and then you select the object that you want and then shift Y. And now it's going down. And if you look down here at the lower left-hand corner of the MSMS window, we can see that the position and orientation of the wrapping object is being tracked. So now we know specifically where its coordinate points are. So right now it's negative 0.012, which is too little. So we're going to keep moving it down. And let's just move this image up so that we can get a better view. Okay, so we're going to go and click on the 3D window, select the object, and continue moving it down. So I'm going to click Shift and Y button. We're going to move it all the way down to negative 0.12. And now we're going to click Shift and we're going to hold on Z until it is negative 0.014 meters. Okay. And now we're going to change the orientation to this side view. And we're going to move this up a little more. I'm going to click on this image again. And I'm going to hold the X key until it is 0.059 meters on the X axis. So we're going to hold it and we're going to watch for it to be .059 and we're going to leave it there. And now to rotate it, we're going to click the Shift and Alt and X button and we're going to rotate it to 356 degrees about the x-axis. Whoops, I rotated too much. Keep rotating it. And we're going to click Alt and Y to rotate it in the positive direction 6 degrees. And now we're going to click Shift, Alt, and Z to rotate it in the negative direction until it is 354 degrees. Okay, so this is the position that we want to assign the flex wrap. Now we're going to add another wrapping object. So we're going to go up here and click on the shortcut, select the wrapping object, and we're going to attach it to the humerus. And we'll name this ring wrap. And click Finish. So we're going to double click on the ring wrap, and we're going to make sure that its type is a ring. And we're going to make the radius 0.02 meters. And we're going to go to the position orientation. So here we can either edit it through the properties for the ring wrap window, or we can edit it interactively like we just did with the flexor wrap. So I'm going to edit it through the properties tab because it's a little faster than editing it